Let's face it, we all need to work a job at some point, just to afford to exist. Because existing comes with a price tag, and while there are some jobs that do fulfill people, an unfulfilling job can suck the life out of you before you even know it. And I'm going to break down how a 9 to 5 can drain your soul. A manager can either make or break your job. Even if your manager is laid back and not a stickler for the rules who actually lets you do your job without bothering you, you got lucky. But if you have a manager with a superiority complex, best believe they'll make your job harder on some clownery, doing jack shit themselves, meanwhile getting on your case for not working hard enough. And let's not forget that one manager that'll act nice 1 minute, but then show their true colors down the line. Like I said in the beginning, we work for survival, but the pay we get in America is absolutely atrocious. 44% of people making minimum wage are between the ages of 16 and 24. And the lowest minimum wage I was able to find is in Georgia, which is an underwhelming $7.25 an hour. I can make more money than that begging on the sidewalk. And the rising prices do not make this situation any better. New York is the best example of this. Living in that area is comedically expensive, and if you had to hold your own place there, your rent would be at least thousands of dollars, with the minimum wage being $15 an hour. The United States has over 50 million workers, and 32% of these people make less than that. Your mental health can go to crap faster than one would expect, especially when you feel like you're trapped at your job. Depression and anxiety run rampant, with 60% of employees feeling emotional detachment while at their jobs, and 19% of them are just straight up miserable. 22% of workers feel sadness, and 18% of them feel anger. And imagine how many times you've seen people rage quit their jobs on video, and what it probably took to get to that point. And that usually happens at some menial job that pays damn near minimum wage to begin with. In 2020 during the pandemic, the unemployment rate at one point jumped up to a depressing 13%, and this year in 2024, it remains at 4.1%. There are people out there who can't even get a job that's worse than yours. People have degrees and PhDs that probably took years to get, I could imagine, and still can't get the job that they specifically studied and went into debt for. And I'm not talking about entitled people with a handout tendency, but the many people that apply to dozens or even hundreds of these places who got nothing in return sounds big time depressing. Don't you ever have activities or hobbies that you want to do, but you barely have time, and it's all because of your job? The amount of protected paid time that jobs usually give out is simply not cutting it. I have to save it up for months just to get a birthday off. Nice. And juggling a hobby with a full-time job and Lord forbid classes is not easy. When you get home, the first thing you want to do is swan dive headfirst into your mattress, and your unfulfilling job kind of fucked you over out of any creativity you had left for your side interest that does fulfill you. And if you think about it, that's at least 40 hours in a week that you're just at your job. That is 40 hours that you could be putting into something way better than that. I think the job system that we have in this country is borderline slavery, and society is conditioned to just normalize it. I'm not saying that these jobs are necessarily bad, because they do help society progress in a way, but at the very least, employees deserve better treatment from the place that they work at. People should be able to take time off when needed and not feel trapped in their job. Managers should be making our day easier and not causing more stress, and we should be getting paid enough to where we can actually get by. Then employees would actually care about their jobs. And everyone should be mad at this because they're mistreating the same people that keep our society in order. So let's start off with treating workers like real people and not robots that just do our bidding.